What happened next? How K-pop Demon Hunters became a global phenomenon and outranked Lady Gaga. When K-pop Demon Hunters landed on Netflix in late June, no one predicted it would become a globe-sweeping, chart-topping phenomenon. The near-instant success of the animated kids' film caught the industry by surprise, and 6 months later, fans are still hungry for merchandise, music, spin-offs, and more stories. Here's what you may have missed. It's an animated musical urban fantasy film. The story follows a K-pop girl group called Hunter/X, pronounced Huntrix, who are also demon hunters, responsible for protecting humanity from supernatural threats with their combat skills and empowering pop. Their rivals are the Saja Boys, who are secretly demons. When the groups are pitted against one another, the stakes are peace on Earth, and in particular the Han Moon, the magical barrier that protects humans from the underworld. Conflict and personal growth ensues. It's Netflix's biggest title ever. In September, it reached 300 million views, overtaking the 2021 action movie Red Notice as the platform's most-watched film ever. In October, the film was credited with lifting Netflix's revenue by 17%. It has not just been commercially successful. Review aggregation site Rotten Tomatoes presently rates it close to 100% fresh from critics and audiences. It features real K-pop hitmakers. Seasoned K-pop producers, writers, and musicians worked on the film, among them singer Kevin Wu, former member of boy band U-Kiss, producer Teddy Park, who has worked with Blackpink, and Lindgren and Stephen Kirk, both former collaborators of K-pop royalty BTS. The film's executive music producer Ian Eisendrath said his aim was for the soundtrack to reflect K-pop as the most theatrical genre of pop, and harnesses the power of fans. One of the film's charms lies in its fond and fastidiously true-to-life representation of modern pop fandoms. Hunter/X and Saja Boys fans engage with their idols on social media, coordinate to drive streams, and stoke rivalries. Life is now mirroring art. Hunter/X and Saja Boys have spawned real-world fan armies. In July, marketing company Pulsar found that social media mentions of the fictitious groups were outranking those of superstars such as Lady Gaga, Ed Sheeran, and Billie Eilish. It's also one of the biggest soundtracks of the year. K-pop Demon Hunters became the first ever soundtrack to have 4 songs simultaneously in the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100 and 3 in the UK Top 5. It is Spotify's second most streamed album of 2025, and it has now spent more than 4 months at the top of the global Billboard charts. It has also received 5 nominations for next year's Grammy Awards, including Song of the Year for Girl Power anthem Golden. 2 of the singing voices of Hunter/X, Iji and Rayame, have been signed for global representation, and in November, Wu performed his first U.S. solo concert. It's even been a box office hit. A special sing-along version of the film was released in cinemas 8 weeks after the film hit Netflix and proved remarkably popular. More than 1,300 screenings in the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand sold out, and the film topped the US box office for the penultimate weekend of August. It has sent social media into a frenzy. Pictures of the Hunter/X trio have been made into memes. Their on-screen choreography has been widely copied on TikTok, and content creators are extending the story with fan fiction. A Buddhist monk even live-streamed a 2-hour salvation ritual for the demonic Saja Boysets, another high point for the Korean wave. Creator and co-director, with Chris Applehands, Maggie Kong said she was encouraged by Netflix to create a movie that was very culturally Korean, and not just in the music. The film's demon hunters are inspired by Mudong, shamans who have been warding off demons with song and dance for hundreds of years. Our hunters do the same thing through concerts, Kong said. Meanwhile, Hunter/X's diet includes Korean delicacies such as kimbap, rice roll, tteokbokki, spicy rice cakes, and milk tea, as well as their own Hunter/X branded ramen noodles. Meanwhile, the Saja Boys win over fans by preparing Korean hot dogs at a street food stall. You haven't heard the last from Hunter/X. A sequel is reportedly slated, but not until 2029, partly to give the industry time to catch up with the film's surprise success. Dolls, toys, and merchandise have only recently gone into production and won't land in stores until well into next year. Mattel is furiously at work on a full set of Hunter/X dolls, expected to retail for $150. That's not to say we won't be hearing more from Hunter/X soon. Golden is a strong favorite for Best Original Song at next year's Oscars, where K-Pop Demon Hunters is also a prime contender for Best Animated Film. All told, we can expect Hunter/X's golden run to continue into 2026. Good news for fans, bad news for their parents and demons. The Feast app, your most useful kitchen utensil. A new year calls for trying new recipes, and the Feast app has over 7,000 to choose from. Plus, enjoy smart app features like personalized recipe collections, shopping list, enhanced search and cook mode. So whether you're after healthy and fresh recipes to combat the decadence of the festive period, from the likes of Mira Soda and Yodam Ottolenghi. Quick and easy dishes from Rukmini Iyer that you can rustle up after work. Cakes and puddings to get you through chillier nights, from Benjamina Ebwehi and Ed Kimber. Felicity Cloak's perfect version of that curry, stew, or pasta dish. You'll find all this and more in the Feast app.